mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Christ in crypto, Mitecoin's dream. Matthew chapter 20, verse 15. Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Let's spend time together, let's see how it goes. Bless others by sharing, it could work, you know. 5 Match'em rounds for all to see. 52 down to 1, which card will it be? Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Let's spend time together, let's see how it goes. Bless others by sharing, it could work, you know. The winner provides the address, M2015 is a goal. If my coin catches on, generosity will flow. Thousands catch the vision, sharing just a bit. Combine all the blessings, the total will be legit. Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Yours is yours, mine is mine. We do what we want with our treasure and our time. Christ in crypto, Mitecoin's dream. Matthew chapter 20, verse 15. Yours is yours, mine is mine.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Saturday night. As always, if you are catching this okay, let me know as I start going into the regular old stuff. And yeah, we're going to talk about some numbers tonight, as we always do. Just so you know, as always, not investment advice. Do not get your advice from me. Instead, you can come here to make fun of me or have some fun. Maybe catch a highlight video. As you saw, I'm trying to get some new content out, working on some new songs, working on some new highlights. And obviously, you should be able to tell why I value that video so much. I guess that's just the wrestling highlight background, but it's always fun to see that excitement, and I hope it's contagious. Like I said, I could watch that and watch that excitement all the time. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're here for, entertainment, not investment advice, so don't get that from me. And with that said, and now that you know that we can have some fun, now we know what time it is, because it's time for the Solana Showdown. And you can see that it is going crazy right now, so I will update the price to 227.75. Oh my goodness. Hit enter. And yeah, it's Sweet Pea was the closest at $1.14. And that thing, honestly, it wasn't even close about 10 minutes ago. It was like 227.40, I think. And I was thinking it wasn't even, nobody had a chance. So I guess the bad news here is that Dump Dude is absolutely going to take all of this $20. And we did talk about last week, technically speaking, I was able to fight for 10 of it because somebody did have a guess that was good enough, but they just couldn't quite keep their eyes open. And I get it. Sleepy grandkids or grandparent duty can wipe you. I'll just say that we had a week of visitors this last week, and I slept in just for a hot minute this morning. So I can feel you, but unfortunately it doesn't pay. So Dump Dude gets all 20 this week, 10 of last week, and I was kind of waiting to see where we landed, and I will announce where that's going to go. Like I said, it's not automatically flushed, but he made an argument for being a little bit more risky with it, and because he thinks that it's going to fail. So if we can make some good decisions, maybe we can flip it around and the joke's going to be on him. So with that said, and yeah, no Solana Showdown winner. So we'll do another 20 next week and we'll see what happens. Let's talk numbers. It's straight crazy. I know we did this last time. 2 weeks ago, it was 240. Then it was down to 203. And now it's back to 227. And literally, this could easily be one of those situations where we check it probably even before the stream's over. And maybe Sweet Pea would have won the $20. It's that crazy. This crypto market's going bananas. I don't exactly know why. I've been I've been in the crypto game for a minute now, last cycle for sure, and we haven't quite hit it yet. But I wanted to get my earn my crypto street cred, so I jumped on my X account and predicted that Bitcoin would be over or hit 125,000 by the end of the weekend. And that was before, I don't want to brag, but that was before it started going crazy. And I just had a feeling. Like I said, I've been around it long enough. I kind of know at least a little bit, and not perfect, of course. Nobody is, but it's definitely popping. So I think the highest I thought was like 124 it got. Robinhood alert came through. So we didn't quite meet the prediction yet, but the weekend's not over. So that's obviously a big number. We don't really talk about Bitcoin. That's kind of the big dog. That's a gold standard in crypto. Again, not that I don't want to tell you about crypto, or I want you to do your own research, but if you are not convinced that crypto is at least in some form here to stay, I would definitely encourage you to look into Bitcoin a little bit. I was writing something up for a post today. It didn't flow quite the way I wanted it, so I deleted it. But it's nothing. I know that I've mentioned it on a stream. I think I've mentioned it in our Telegram room, and it's probably worth repeating in case we have some new ears. When the internet first came out, it was obviously, there's a lot of things. I even asked AI, like, what was the attitude towards the internet? And it was too technical, too difficult. It was where bad stuff happens, right? The internet's definitely can be bad, and it's too confusing. It's kind of maybe for the high tech people. And obviously now, I guess I'd speak for myself. Without the internet, it would be definitely quite the adjustment. And I feel, again, my opinion only, I think crypto is getting there very quickly, especially when I onboard somebody and it could be on a weekend and I can send them $10 in about 3 seconds, and it costs me like 10 cents. Whereas if I needed to wire somebody, you would be out of luck, and then I would probably spend $50 to wire you 20. So anyway, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to look into crypto long term. So with that said, yeah, Solana's back up to 227 and change, so it's up almost 12%. Our market cap last time we got together was 64,580. We had taken that big hit, sell and the drop of the Solana, but somebody messaged me and I almost took a screenshot of the chart, but that didn't want to take us too long tonight. Bottom line is, everybody, the market cap is up over 74,000. So we're up over almost 10 grand from last week. And yeah, of course it does help that Solana's recovered, but our Mitecoin to Solana price is up 3%. So that is why when you combine the Solana increase plus the Mitecoin increase, our wallets are up almost 15%. And yeah, it's just recovering back to where we were, before last week. But listen, to me, especially if you haven't maybe been through the trenches, and most of you guys have, so this is not new to you. Maybe it's just cheering on the home court or the home team. But we took a big hit, and somebody messaged me, I think earlier today, and basically by the chart, we've eaten that. We're almost recovered. So that's positive, right? If we can take those and kind of bounce back, and if Solana, again, hopefully you've done your research. Solana's 227 right now. I think the all-time high was, maybe not 260 something. Bottom line is the forecast for Solana, nobody knows, but $1,000 Solana is not out of the question, and plus some, right? If it keeps expanding. So just as a nice little added bonus, that the holdings you have in Mitecoin are absolutely directly impacted by Solana. So if Solana gets to be $1,000, that's almost 5x of where you're at. So anyway, yeah, our market cap went up. Everything's looking good as far as the recovery week, so that's awesome. The 300,000 Mitecoin, right? That's always something I like to talk about each week, so that we can kind of keep an eye on that, so that when we are talking to, as we always are, I'm sure, right? Every opportunity comes up to talk this crazy experiment, we can kind of say, well, hey, listen, it's 300,000 Mitecoin is like under $6 one time, just to get in, so we can kind of keep, this space is full of scammers. I donated $5 to somebody online, and I know that, and I guess I've done it more than that, right? somebody reached out in the public room. Somebody's always wanting me to pay for marketing. And I simply tell them, bruh, why don't you let me send you $5? You can get into the group and just see it. And yes, I know that there's a strong possibility as soon as I send them $5, they're going to sell $5. But that's not going to hurt you because I spend it on them. I go buy it and I send it to them. So yeah, that happens. And that's a risk that, like I said, I've blown $5 in worse spots. And it happened again this last week. Somebody actually responded on my X feed where I said, why don't you jump, you can put a guess in for the Solana price. And the closest one, I'll send you some money. Well, only one person did. So obviously they won. And just as a reminder of how quick the dogs come out and the thieves come out, this person said, he threw a guess and I answered back and said, looks like you're the lucky winner. You're the only one that guessed. Send me your wallet and I'll send you $5. And I don't know, I was doing something and popped up, replied with their wallet. And so as I was buying their $5 or 300,000 Mitecoin, I saw them put another post on that said, you know what, don't worry about it. Send it to somebody else that needs it. Well, I'm like, too late, I already sent it. And sure enough, he answers me back and says, hey man, that wasn't me. You sent it to somebody else. And sure enough, I checked it. And in the amount of time that somebody saw, and believe me, the Mitecoin X account is not big. It's not big. It's got maybe 110 maybe followers. So not big. Within the time, I told that person that I would send them some coin if they put their wallet address. Literally, by the time I said that, within probably 3 or 4 minutes, he responded or somebody responded with the exact same username, the exact same avatar, okay? Everything. And it was $5, so I'm not double checking it. But literally, in that amount of time, some scammer saw an opportunity, and sure enough, So bottom line is, guys, there's scammers everywhere, and I'm going to be, I'll probably throw more than that again. If somebody wants to give it a try, I'm going to gamble and see if we can't get people invested in what we're doing. So right now, that's $6 or $5.72 for 300,000 Mitecoin. Well, it was when Solana was $227.27. I have no idea what it is now, but. So it's under $6 or ish. So that's something we want to talk about. And then it's time to talk about the other number, the big numbers, the M2015 for Dan. So let's throw that up there. And here's the deal. Good news, bad news. I'm going to start running some numbers. I think I've said it before, but it's going to be an official something I cover. So I even added it to my official notes. And here's the deal. Dan, I'll tell you that of all the videos, and quite frankly, there was a lot of good ones on the highlight video that I put up, but seeing the excitement and on the boys and the high five that turned into pain, that right there is, I'd pay $20 a week just to have the videos of somebody winning and seeing the kids get involved. That's I love it. So I hope that you're blessed. We had 6 blessings come in at 1.76 million. He was watching and obviously provided the video, so that he earned all of the Match'em bonus for a grand total of 2.29 million, and that says it's over $40. So again, that's not millionaire meme coin, but that's hopefully that's that I guess everybody realizes that just for playing this silly game and kind of building our online friendship and hanging out together online. 6 people, and then a little bit from me, from the dev, just sent somebody in our fellowship $40, right? That's pretty sweet. And, I do have a couple things to say about that. Dump Dude is forcing me to throw some of these numbers, and that's one of the reasons why, because I guess I just want to keep it real. So, our Telegram group, I think, actually, I might have not checked it after the latest one. I think it had 65. So I'm going to start dropping some percentages of how many total people we have in our Telegram group versus how many people threw a little bit. Listen, like $1 or 50 cents. It does not have to be a lot. I'm just trying to get an idea so that if somebody does check in, they get an idea whether this thing's growing or we're treading water or whether we're just slowly sinking. And so what I'm going to start to do is I will just throw out some numbers to you, and it will be the percentage of giving of the M2015 giving compared to the total number of people in our Telegram fellowship. Now, obviously, I know, a lot of them aren't here anymore. I get it, but at least it's a benchmark, right? We can always just use it. I'm kind of a numbers guy, so I can just easily say, yep, I know that some of those people aren't active, but this is the percent that we have. So right now, it's around 9%. 9% of the people that's in our fellowship group that are giving back. The other thing is we have 33 people that have won at least one time. And again, yes, some of those people, maybe most of those people are long gone. I get it. But again, just a benchmark. Over 18% of the people of the number of people that have received an M2015. So 18%. Now, obviously, I have no idea which ones are which, but again, it's just a way that I can track, and hopefully, if we can get some traction, if this kind of excitement can catch on, those numbers will go crazy, and then we all go crazy, and then we all celebrate. So, and one other thing, just like I said, I'm a homer. I love seeing everybody celebrate. I get that I get to celebrate through you or with you. And I hope that another part of this project, if and when it does begin to get traction, and maybe we get mean and we require a video response, right? Or I don't know, it kind of sounds like a Nazi there, but here's the thing. I want all of you that are contributing to kind of realize that right now, maybe it's competitive that gets that excitement going. I don't think that, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that the idea of us sending somebody $40 is gonna like woohoo, like go crazy. But guess what? If this thing catches on and we have 1,000 active people that are like-minded, and each one of those literally spends $1, now the excitement that we see might be just a little more than just the competitive spirit. That's all I'm saying. And then hopefully you get to, I guess we all get to realize that that's kind of this crazy experiment that we've been building, right? We get to pay that forward, and we get to kind of see that excitement on them. So anyway, that's the goal. I will say that six blessings at 1.76 million, that is definitely heavier than even I guess I ask, or Mitecoin is like small, but I have a couple notes here. One, that was Dan's first time win. So tradition has kind of been that we've definitely have some people that kind of recognize those rookie wins. So if you haven't won yet, I want to encourage you, don't get discouraged. But guess what? Dan's also active. He's right. He's on the streams. He's jumping into our poker games with us. He's active in Telegram. So I'm just saying that's absolutely, I guess I can't speak for anybody else, but that's kind of the whole reason behind even the Mitecoin dev bonuses, right? You're watching the stream, you are sending videos, so you're kind of plugged in. Absolutely, it's a no-brainer. I would love to send you more, and I'm guessing that that's similar to what others feel. So anyway, I want to just make that note that if it drops down to where six blessings is a total of $6, that's okay too. That's just, everybody's just kind of buying into that, and we're a small group, so $6 is all it is. So, we just got to get it contagious and get going with it. So, all right, what else we got here? We have a couple things. I don't know, I could probably show Mitecoin Metal. There's not been a lot of action. I've just been dropping the ball a little bit on that. It's been so hot. I will tell you guys that I will work hard to get some more on there. I do have something in mind. I haven't even told my wife this yet, so I better check it with her first. But here's the deal. Even with the glare, right? That's still almost $400 in our Mitecoin Metal. That's not bad. I know that we haven't really officially decided, what all to do. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll post on the Mitecoin Metal for some more ideas. I will say that Dump Dude is forcing our hand. I was hesitant on the meme coin scene because I didn't want to throw good money after bad, if you will, because the meme coin scene is dirty and dogs. But Dump Dude is like, he can tell me what to do, whatever he wants to do with that money that he kind of stole from us. So he's got $30 burning a hole in his pocket. So that's definitely going to be in play, and maybe that will fund our itch for the dark side of losing our money just to a bunch of scammers. So I don't know. But that said, finally, let's see here. See what this board looks like. And we're shooting for, I think, 14. We have a streak of 13, and so now we've got some work to do. And I think there was 11 open spots. That's you guys got your work cut out. So let's find out. We're going to start our poll, and we are going to do round 1 vote, a 1 and a 2, and should be live right now. Check your chat. Hopefully you see it up there. I guess I always forget, but if you can't see it, jump on a mobile device, maybe reset it, things like that. Those are some things that the professionals have said in the past. So cast your vote. Let's see if we can get a winner tonight. Keep the streak alive. Hopefully you are watching. Hopefully you are recording. You don't have to edit anything. I will do all the editing, and I try my best. I surely don't mean, and it's never my intention to embarrass somebody. I want to try to capture your excitement and share it with everybody, and hopefully that you can bring somebody into the fellowship. So let's do this. Let's end our poll. And 9 votes. So number 2 is the big winner. I don't even have my special rock. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just us here. Number 2, but I do have to find... Oh, I'm a mess, guys. Oh, boy. See that? I lost my thing. Let's see if I can use this. Number 2 is the winner. I have no idea what I did with my stinking pen. All right, here we go. All right. Round 1. 67% of the vote has decided that the winning card tonight is black. Black is the winning card because red's over there. So I will put that there. This here. Mix them up. And slide 1 under there. And slide 1 under there. And let me slide to round 2. We need a club. We need a spade. We need the black board. And I think that's it. Clubs and spades. And I will do the counting after. So that way you all can vote. Round 2. Vote. A 1 and a 2. And should be good. Should be good. So you guys vote, and I'll do the counting here. Dump dude on the clubs. 1, 2, 3. Dump dude on the spades. 1, 2, 3. So basically, it's a fair fight at this point. Cast your vote. We're going to find out if it's a club or a spade. And guess what? Good news. I looked over and I found my pen cap, so I don't have to use that bookmark. And it will be a lot easier for me. So, cast your vote. What do we got? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We're going to end it. We're going to be trucking tonight. Well, guess what? Number 2 still wins. 56% of the vote. 56% for number 2. So, we're going to find out round 2. It's club or spade. You guys voted, and you've decided that the winning card tonight is a spade. A spade. Because... as always, the club is over there, so you can see it. Like I said, I know I'm kind of a dork, hopefully you guys know that I'm not tricking anybody, but, you know, I gotta, since we're doing this big new song push, I've got another one that I got for a general song that I want to put out, and, yeah. Going to be blowing up, so then we got to make sure we let everybody know that we're not a bunch of cheater heads over here in crypto. So we're going to go down to the spade board because it was spades, and oh my, wowzers! This is kind of where it all happens here, guys. No pressure, but it's about serious time here. Round 3 vote, and a 1 and a 2, And should be good, hopefully. Should be good. So yeah, cast your vote. Man, I think I was going to say something and I forgot. I'm getting old. So cast your vote. We'll see what we get. Oh, I know what I was going to say. See that? It's in there, just rattles around. Takes me a while. I will say that probably my wife is glad that I finally decided on a song. I've quickly determined that my style is not like commercial, if you will. I sent out a couple samples to a few people, and the song I ended up, at least for the one that you guys listened to, wasn't even, to be honest, wasn't the one that I personally liked, but my style just isn't quite as catchy. It's a little bit more, I don't know what to say, folky-ish, maybe. Anyway, so I had to kind of, I will just say that I will be listening to my own versions on my private playlist. And I will end the poll and see if the streak continues. Yes, it does. Wow. Somebody likes the number 2 because guess what? Round 3, 67% of the vote. 3 votes in a row has gone to 2. And the winning card is either going to be high or low. This is serious time. If it's high, we're guaranteed a winner. If it's low, it's fight. Winning card tonight, by your choice, randomly voted, is... Oh. Yowzers. Low. Because, of course, wow, is that literally been the exact same one every time, hasn't it? So I guess the odds are eventually going to have to, right, if we've got a statistics person in here, technically it's 50-50. And so far, I think the black card with the spade and the low has been on the right. So no pressure on what you decide. So we have a low spade. Let me get this up there so that it goes over. And then you can see what's happening here. Wow, Patey. In case you guys don't know, maybe, you know what? I'm going to get the poll up, and then I'll jabber about Patey, so that way I don't keep you up too late. Round 4 vote. And we have a 1 or a 2. And start the poll. Should be live. So, yeah, I guess that's Patey's way of saying that I didn't cover everything that I normally do. In my chart, my little side table where I talk about those percentages, yes, so right now we have 33 unique winners. So 33 different people have won and received an M2015. We have 13 multiple time winners, so that's 2 or more. And Patey is the current champ with being a 5-time winner. Now, to be fair, he's an OG. He's had more tries. But if we're just being honest, that doesn't matter because, dude, he is so lucky. Believe me, I played him in poker a lot, and he's got something going on. So anyway, Patey's basically saying if you don't call me out, I'm gonna spread the lead. So guess what? We got round 4 vote, and okay, I guess it's just like that group psychology. Number 2 is up to 89%. 89% of the vote. And we're going to find out whether it's odd or even. If it's even, we're definitely going to be rooting for Patey, even though he's got to keep the streak alive. If it's odd, you guys got a pretty good chance. So, you guys decided 89% of the vote, round 4, Match'em 54, is odd. It is odd because maybe if I could flip it, the even was over there. Yowzers. Okay. Now, that means we have low odd spades. That means, let me pull that up, and you guys can see it go under. Low odd spades. That is up there right now. And 2's not in there. Okay, so here we go, guys. Ace, 3, 5, 7. I'm just going to say right now that because I was looking through highlights today, and yesterday, I'm pretty sure that this is not the first time we've been here. Spades, low spades like this, my goodness gracious, all the time. So here's the deal. Just, got to describe it for all the new people that are going to be finding us. All these cards are mixed up. I have no idea what is going under. actually, you guys have got some big decisions to make because you've only had to decide between 1 and 2, and now you've got a bunch. So, Ace 3, 5, 7. I will put up the final vote. Final vote. And it's a 1, and it's a 2, and it's a 3, and it's a 4, and start the poll. Okay, so here's the deal. Obviously, Dan is looking to like completely jump into a double winner as he just won. Patey's looking to extend. Chicken Girl also is a winner. So it's all three. It's you three against Dump Dude, right? You have to keep this streak alive. If you cannot beat this guy, it's sad day. Just no pressure, but it's a sad day. So cast your vote, whatever you're feeling. You don't have any way to go now because it's not just the 50-50 shot. You got to decide. Pick your vote. And 1, 2, 3, or 4. Chicken Girl is ace. Dump Dude is 3. Dan is 5. Patey is 7. Those are the numbers. I have no idea what's under it, though. All right. We're going to end it. Hopefully that's not a tie. It does say 50%, but since there's, oh, you dirty rats. And somebody had to come up. Okay, you know the deal, especially on a final vote. If you guys, I don't remember. I think we've talked about it before, whether you all can see it or not. 2 and 3 tied with 50%, 5 each, and nobody, and I mean nobody, liked 1 or 4. So, as always, I give it a shot. Final vote. I'm going to let you guys try to battle it out. That's my best choice. Always my top choice. And final vote. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be live. This is it. And I guess I need to find my my fancy die here. You guys are putting me on the spot. Let me see here. I have. You guys are. Hopefully that's literally the worst case scenario. I'm not gonna lie to you. 50%, 50%, 0, 0. If that happens again, maybe we'll eliminate the other 2 and then we'll cast a vote just with those 2. Maybe that. I don't know. But I hope you guys will fix it for me, and especially on the final vote, and you guys take care of it. So we're going to end it. Hopefully I jabbered long enough. We had 9 votes. I sure hope somebody didn't miss out. I apologize if so. But number 3 is the winner with 45% of the vote. Repeat, 3 is the winner, 45%. So shocker, shocker, number 1 has 0% again. So obviously, number 1 is the biggest loser. Getting flushed first. We're going to find out whether it's Dump Dude or whether it's one of the humans. This is where you don't want to see your card. The first card being eliminated, being sent packing is... Whoa! Guys, that's Dump Dude. You guys guarantee to win right now. You absolutely guarantee to win. So now... I think everybody, I don't know, Patey, I'm not sure. Is Patey on? Nobody's seen Patey? So Patey isn't going to get his record bonus or anything like that. So Dan, I think Chicken Girl are both on. So number 4, you are the next biggest loser. 22% says no thanks. And that means that if this is, you don't want this to be your number. Chicken Girl, you're not looking for an ace. Dan, you don't want a 5. Patey, he doesn't want a 7, even if he was here. Next biggest loser is Dan. You're not a defending champ. You got flushed. You're basically getting flushed with Dump Dude. So here's the winner. Number 3, Match'em 54, 45% of the vote. We've got Patey versus Chicken Girl. If this is an ace, Chicken Girl, I think, gets her second win, her second legit straight Match'em win. If it is a 7, then Patey is going to rub it in and just smash it in our face. Or in your face. Match'em 54. Winning card is 7. Patey somehow, some way, gets it again. Are you kidding me? Because the ace is there. 7 of spades. Patey takes it again. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. I just can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Congratulations, Patey. He's not here, so he's going to have to, track. All I'll do is I will post on the Telegram group and hopefully he jumps on and sees it. He has until Tuesday night at midnight to give me some content, post online and tag us, and then we can talk. So let's talk about share. Here's the thing. Sometimes, as you know, sometimes they're, maybe a little bit more, I guess, involved or deeper, if you will, questions. Sometimes they're just get to know. And that movie question totally just popped into my brain because I was very curious. I think I even said it in the question when I posted the question. I obviously don't. I don't know. I don't watch movies as much as maybe normal people. And surprise, surprise, put that in the list where I'm not normal. I didn't realize that so many people watched like the same movie a lot of times. Wow, impressive. No judgment. That's just crazy. In a good way. So yeah, I was really curious to. That wasn't even part of the question. That part of it came up because when I shared my idea, I was with a few people, and I was ultimately just after like, what was your favorite movie? What was what would you consider your favorite? And I incorrectly like linked. Oh, then they must watch the one that their favorite is the most, and that obviously isn't the case. So. Yeah, it was just totally no big special thing there. I just was very curious to see like the range of movies. Some of them, and Andrew and I talked, we definitely have a list now because I'm embarrassed to say there was definitely more that I had never even heard of than I had not only watched but at least heard of. So there is a nice little list for us to check in on, and maybe you guys can convert me to what my favorite movie is. I will say, I'm not sure if Superman's still on. He shared, he put in Shawshank Redemption. Wow, I forgot about that. That's pretty upper level. That's a good one. The way I was talking with somebody, and one of the factors that we were kind of described it as, let's say you're away from home, or let's just say we don't have cable, so this is what we do, but let's say we're staying at a hotel and we're flipping through cable, and I started thinking about what's a movie that, like, no matter whether you even wanted to go watch it, but once you find it when you're channel surfing, it's just like, okay, obviously I can't turn it. So that's kind of along the lines I was going. But anyway, so yeah, Shawshank Redemption would definitely be one of those. But I think I would have to say, I know it's going to be a little dorky, but I got to go with Elf. I mean, I kind of nuance it. I don't want anybody to think that it's only like at Christmas time. It is definitely a tradition just because it's obviously has to be. But for me, that is absolutely one that if I'm flipping channels, I mean, how do you not watch that? So it definitely doesn't have to be serious. I just think that that obviously has a nice story to it as well. And it's ridiculous, funny, and it's childish that I laugh at the childish humor every time like it's the first time I heard it. But that's okay because there's no judgment in here. So anyway, that was just some fun little question. I was very curious on what movies you guys read that resonated with you and kind of why you liked it. Maybe some of it was entertainment. Some of it. I will say another close second or third for me is, I wouldn't say the whole series, but like the first. The Bourne Identity, that's pretty good. I could definitely watch that. Like if I'm channel surfing and that comes on, it's hard for me to turn that as well. So anyway, it's just, something like that. So before we jump in to prayer, I want to just share one other thing that I'm working through Hebrews 5. And we talked last week about gifts, things like that. And I go slow. And I always am struck when I'm, like I said, when I do these studies, I don't just read the English. I obviously read it in English, but hey, I go through another little. I use a study tool where I can go back and see what Greek word is used, and then the app I use also tells me like every other verse that exact same word is used in. And if you've never done that, that can be very helpful when you're trying to understand like what something might mean. You'll quickly realize that different translators use different words because maybe they think it's going after this type of thing. So what happened for me in Hebrews 5 definitely stood out because there was a word that I was keen in on, and it was talking about why the high priest or the priests back then, what was part of their role. The reason that I'm personally in that study, not that you necessarily care, but guess what? I offered you $20 to listen, so you got to listen to me, bruh. Here's the deal. I absolutely think that whole high priest or that priesthood that is kind of considered very boring in the Old Testament, I think that is one of the very first things that is covered in the Bible, and I think it's the first thing that got screwed up, and I think that's the thing that Jesus fixes. So I think that's very important. So whenever I see the priesthood and the high priest being talked about, especially in the New Testament, I guess I get my flashlight out. So all that to say, the one word that stuck out to me in their role was gentle. Okay, they were to be gentle in the way that they were performing their duties of kind of mediating or being the go-between between God and the people. And that struck me because when I clicked on that word, that's literally the only time it's used in the whole Bible. And I mean, that's not the only time that's happened, but I must be a bit of a freak because that's definitely not the first time that's happened to me and the verses that I've been looking at. And so I wanted to share something with you that I guess, with the mindset that, and this is the way I view it. You don't have to view it like me. I just share with you the way I view it. So that when we read about people in the Bible, and when you might interact with me who claim, I tell you that I'm a Christian, that I'm following Christ, that I'm trying to image him, I have a news flash for you. I'm absolutely not going to do that perfect. I'm going to lay some eggs and I'm going to really screw it up. So don't judge your view of God or what Jesus expects by me. Like if I'm consistently doing something, then absolutely other people should come alongside of me. But I'm gonna screw up. I'm gonna do stupid stuff. So don't think of me as a perfect example, right? But you can also, I can tell you what I'm shooting for. And so this verse says those Old Testament go-betweens, they were supposed to have this gentle component. And the reason that stuck out to me is because at least I believe that the reason the Bible says that part of history is over is because Jesus satisfied all of those requirements perfectly. So if one of the requirements was to be gentle, and they would have obviously screwed that up. In fact, it even says that some of what they were kind of making right was because they screwed up, right? The priest wasn't gentle all the time. So here's the word, and then I'll pray for us. And hopefully it hits you. So it says this was even the expectation of the human priest. So how much better could Jesus do this? It says, one who is not unduly disturbed by the errors, faults, sins of others, but bears them gently. And wow. And I guess I'm going to have a little egg on my face because I have something written down in my notes and then I'll end it. And I have something, and this is the way I understand that. Dads and moms. I was going to tell you, it's very true in our house, and maybe you all can jump on Telegram and tell me if it's true in your house or true in the experience that you grew up in. So what I have written in there after I read that description or that definition of gentle, right? Not being unduly disturbed by the errors, the faults, the sins of others, right? You cannot like it. You cannot, you don't have to approve of it, but you are gentle in the way that you handle it and the way you respond, right? It doesn't mean you have to, just like our kids, we don't give them everything. So this is what I have for dads and moms. I have an injured kid from not listening. So we'll just use an example, jumping on the bed, right? Let's just say somebody over the years, this has happened, not necessarily this exact example, but definitely the scenario where we're telling one of our kids not to do something. And you might be surprised, but they didn't always listen. And in the act of them not listening, they get hurt. And I'm always struck by the different reaction between Andrea and me. My first reaction is, I told you not to jump on the bed, right? I mean, it could be a dislocated elbow or a broken finger. And I'm still saying that's why I told you not to jump on the bed. Andrea's first response is, oh my goodness, honey, let me come here. And obviously we both feel those feelings. It's not that I'm jackwagon. I don't want my kid to get hurt. But that's just again, maybe it's just me, maybe it's a dad thing, and maybe it's a mom thing. But that's, to me, that's what that gentle word encompasses perfectly. It's that perfect balance of, yes, guess what? They absolutely understand that they should have listened and not been jumping on the bed. But that doesn't mean that they're not hurting and they have a problem. So that gentleness is literally the exact perfect way, I think, to describe what Jesus is offering. Don't misinterpret that, right? There are definitely consequences, and there are things that have to be accounted for. But it is surely not for lack of gentleness and compassion. It is just not that. So anyway, kind of an odd little story there. I wanted to share that, Mom and Dad. I'd be very curious if in your family, if that's the way you guys respond. I guess I'm talking to the dads now, and then the moms can weigh in. You can answer that as well to see if you agree or disagree. But that's what I had written down. And for me, I definitely have to own that I am not the most, in that scenario, I've not been the most compassionate. So anyway, I want to pray us out. I know it's 45 minutes. Again, I jabbering on. I apologize, but I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy sharing my thoughts. I enjoy doing this crazy experiment, and hopefully it can catch on. Hopefully that that it truly does. That's what that Matthew 20:15 means, right? What's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine, and we can do whatever we want with that. And it's just what we choose to do. So anyway, I appreciate you guys for listening to me. I appreciate for helping with the M2015. If you bless Dan, hope you would consider blessing Patey as well. And I'll pray us out. Father God, I just come to you right now, and I just pray your covering and your protection and your blessing over everybody that is listening and joining tonight. I just pray that you might meet them where they're at, and that they might approach you knowing that you love them, and that you want to welcome them and restore them and restore relationship with them. I just pray that you would be with all of us in our earthly relationships, whether it be in our marriages or our coworkers or our family members or with our siblings, our children. Whatever needs restoration, I pray that you would help us to have that same gentleness, and that you would help restore those broken relationships, as that is truly where your heart is, and that reflects your image. And I just pray that we would do it well, and we would do it all within our power, whatever we're able to do, Lord. I just pray that we would listen and follow after what you've called us to do and who you've called us to be. I just thank you for those in this fellowship, Lord, that are encouraging and plugging away. And I just pray that it would glorify you. I pray that we would slowly but surely reach others, and even if it's a group of like-minded followers of you, Lord, and that we would bless one another in that way. We would just praise your name for that. And if this turns into an outreach and a ministry that we could show those people that don't know you just how different and how crazy it is to follow you, I just pray that would also give you glory and lift up your name. Just pray that you'd be with us till the next time we meet. I pray that you would protect us all and be with our health, be with our physical bodies as well. And I just pray that we would all draw close to you, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Okay, everybody, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, we'll get another board up. Keep your eyes open for another share, and hopefully we can fill this board up. See ya. Bye.